Welcome to ATEC Training's Quick Start video series. Today we're going to be working on vehicle technology trainers. We're going to be featuring the model 610N. We also sell a 610T. Our N version is a Nissan Leaf. The T version is a Prius Prime, which is a partial plug-in hybrid vehicle. The Nissan Leaf is a full electric vehicle. We're going to go over all the different parts and pieces that make up one of these vehicle technology trainers. So go ahead, get your operations manual out, and let's get started. ATEC Training believes that safety should be your #1 priority. And before we get started on going over how to work on some electric vehicle systems and components, we want to cover some basic safety information with you. Electric vehicle manufacturers may choose to limit the required use of personal protective equipment by any technician while servicing the vehicle. They do that because they may choose to rely on the integration of safety systems in the vehicle that will ensure the high voltage components are de-energized by using a scan tool or other electronic means. As the technician or the instructor, you must refer to the employer's or the OEM's specific guidelines, procedures, and training when selecting the appropriate and recommended personal protective equipment. Remember, it is your job to be trained and certified prior to servicing these vehicles. Hybrid electric vehicles and electric vehicles both contain high voltage batteries. There is the risk of electric shock, electric leakage, or similar accidents if the high voltage components and the vehicle are handled incorrectly. Be sure to follow the correct work procedures when performing inspection and maintenance. And a few additional tips that we also insist on is that you need to be sure to wear your insulative protective equipment that consists of either gloves and/or shoes, face shield, and safety glasses before beginning any work on any high voltage system. Again, refer to your repair manual for the specifics. You want to make sure also that you clearly identify the persons responsible for the high voltage work and ensure that other persons in the area are not able to touch the vehicle. And when you're not working on the car, make sure you cover up all the high voltage parts with an insulating cover sheet or similar item to prevent other persons from contacting them. Make sure to do all your safety checks first. Make sure your safety PPE is on. Make sure your vehicle is powered down. Make sure all your labels are correct and your vehicle is properly blocked off. And if you follow these simple steps, it'll help increase your safety while working on electric vehicles. All right, we're looking under the hood of a 2013 Nissan Leaf. Starting over here on the right, you'll see all these orange labels. All of our vehicle technology trainers do label out all the different parts and pieces. Right over here, we have our IPDM ER module. It's mainly a power feed module for most of the electric controls. Above that, we have our MC relay box. This is the motor control relay. There's also a few other relays hidden underneath this cover. You've got your 12-volt auxiliary battery right here. To the left of that is your fuse box. This is going to be where most of your fuses are that feed all the body electrical circuits. Up front here, you'll see this is a master battery disconnect. In case there's an emergency, we set up a quick disconnect switch so that way you can power down the vehicle on the 12-volt side. Up here, you see the electronic powertrain or the power delivery module. This is where your inverter, your DC to DC converter live, and your traction motor all the way down there at the bottom. We do have your inverter coolant tank, and we can't quite see it, but just over here behind these AC lines, we've got another additional relay block hidden underneath of there. And then down here on the front, we do have our 2 charging ports that you can't see. They're just out of picture, but as I said, this is a full electric car, so it does have 2 additional charging ports that you can do supercharge, quick charge, or trickle charge options. So basically level 1, 2, or 3 charging capable on this unit. One of the nice additions to the vehicle technology trainer is ATEC has gone through and cut portholes in so you can see the high voltage wiring. So what we're seeing here is the floor wire that's being output from the lithium ion battery pack in orange, and just behind that is going to be all the control wires that are going to be controlling all the relays and everything that's not running off high voltage. This is located in the floor pan on the passenger side floor. ATEC has also included a cutaway with clear Lexan cover over top of the service grip plug. This allows you to show all your students in a safe environment, plus allow them to remove the clear Lexan cover wearing proper PPE and properly power down the high voltage side of this vehicle. We're inside our vehicle technology trainer, and we're going to show off some of the faulting capabilities of this unit. If you see in this box here to my right, we've got our ATEC installed fault box, and this all comes pre-wired for you as the instructor to utilize during your class to help your future technicians dial in on their troubleshooting and diagnostic skills. It works pretty simple. There's a switch in the top right hand corner. We turn that on. That lights the fault box up. We have a wide variety of potential faulting. On our top left, we have what we call our variable faults. So these are going to be faults on your accelerator pedal position, your battery current sensor, your AC power circuits, and your coolant temperature sensor circuits. Then underneath that, we have our hard faults, which are going to be our open faults. They're going to be on occupant detection, tire pressure monitoring, stop lamp switch, your CAN low signal, your ignition switch, and your drive motor A. So it's really neat how this works. What you do is, once you're inside, if you have a voltmeter right here, and you can select on any option that you want, and that's going to give you the voltage reading on the faulted wire. So right now we've got our accelerator pedal pulled up, and my foot's off the pedal, and I'm reading about 0.8 volts. And if I put my foot on the pedal, it brings my number up to about 4.66 volts. That's about accurate for what you're going to see on the data list on the scan tool. When I activate this fault, what's going to happen here is the fault box is going to take over the signal sent to the computer, and then you could use this potentiometer to dial in the amount of voltage that you'd actually like to see on that wire. If we dial it all the way down to 0, then that's going to be almost like an open. And then if I bring it all the way the other direction, I'm going to be almost at 5 volts. It's going to be like I've got the pedal pressed almost all the way to the ground. Or you can leave it somewhere in between. But the number's going to be stagnant, and I'm pressing on the pedal. It does not respond. So that's how the fault box works. Thank you for watching today. We really hope everyone enjoyed our clip. We really have infinite amount of possibilities with any of our vehicle technology trainer units that we have, whether you choose the Nissan Leaf or the Prius Prime. Both of them allow you to train your students on brakes, steering and suspension. If you're doing the Prius Prime, you can do engine work. Both of them have a full electric vehicle side, so you can talk about lithium-ion battery packs. We can talk about traction motors. We can talk about system main relays. So there's really a lot of possibilities for you and your students to learn on. So if you really enjoyed our content today, please be sure to check out our video library on YouTube. Also see our other social media pages on Facebook and LinkedIn, and we'll see you next time.